China is terrified that Donald Trump could turn it into a Japan-style zombie economy. According to Wall Street Journal, China is, quote, right to worry, because Trump's aggressive tariffs on China, with more to come on April 2nd, are hitting when China's economy was already reeling from failed central planning. With trillions of overcapacity dumped into state favorites from green energy and EVs to semiconductors and commercial aircraft. To illustrate, by 2019, China had 500 electric vehicle makers. 80% have already gone bust, with 100 still to go. This overcapacity is crashing prices in China, which are actually falling in deflation, while estimates peg China's economy limping along at just over 2% growth, a far cry from double digits a decade ago. Ominously, after China's youth employment soared past 20%, Beijing stopped reporting it. Now, China's response to overcapacity has been dumping abroad, which is why you can get $4 shirts on Temu. That's pissing off trade partners, but it's barely making a dent, with tens of thousands more Chinese factories at risk, which would mean millions more jobs lost. Last year, China had nearly 1,000, quote, dissent events, riots. Millions of unemployed factory workers would be gasoline to that fire. Donald Trump is now feeding China's house of cards into the wood chipper. A few weeks ago, he hiked tariffs to between 17.5% and 35%, with more to come on April 2nd when Trump goes nuclear with his reciprocal tariffs. Even China permeable J.P. Morgan admitted, quote, we felt tariffs were a negotiating tactic rather than a structural change. We appeared to be wrong. Now, I mentioned in previous videos that Trump's dream of bringing production back to America is actually possible if business taxes and red tape are tamed. DOGE is aiming directly at both, while Trump wants to repeal the entire income tax. Given America's huge economy, we're 1/4 of the entire global economy. If you nestle that under a big, beautiful tariff umbrella and cut costs and red tape, you get a flood of even Chinese companies wanting to make it in America. Beijing will be bribing them to stay. Of course, it's not just Trump. Doing business in China has always been like dating a stripper. Looks good, but there's an awful lot of drama. Beijing forces you to train your competitors and share your trade secrets, so-called forced technology transfer. Its regulations change depending who you know, with foreigners at the back of the line. Occasionally, it arrests your managers as hostages if it's upset with your country. Thanks to all this, foreign investment into China has collapsed 96% since Xi Jinping took office, actually turning negative, more leaving than coming, with a record $168 billion outflow last year out of China. There's even talk that China could be turning into a Japan-style zombie economy thanks to government misallocation of capital. Bond markets say it already has. So what's next? Brought to you by Unchained.com. China's President Xi appears incapable of handling the challenge. He's the most anti-business Chinese leader since Mao, with a decade of low growth to show for it. Worse, his instinctive combativeness is going to create fireworks with Donald Trump, who's currently luring China's most important ally, Russia, out of its orbit. Sadly for the Chinese people, Xi's greatest achievement is the police state he built, so at age 71, there's no cavalry coming. Read the rest with charts and all the gory details at ProfSatanOnest.com. Okay, we'll be watching. See you next time.